Yo guys, market has retraced a little bit, and I think this is a great moment to talk a little bit about Gameswift. I actually am buying this dip heavily. I bought around 55 cents. Well, oh, right now it's already 60 cents. But if you were following me, I already mentioned this project 8 months ago. I did a video on this, and then just before the token launch, I already mentioned also about the airdrop. So if you were holding till now, you're probably up around 5, 6K. And if you're following my signals regarding the token, you're probably around 12x. So I would say it's pretty significant. But in this video, I want to dive in a little bit more, kind of also refresh what happened in the project because a lot of stuff is happening. And for the future, I think this is going to be the underdog of this gaming bull run. And honestly, except Bitcoin, maybe, this is the highest conviction I've ever had in Web3 space. Also, I need to mention that I've joined an ambassador program for Gameswift. So obviously, everything I say is biased. I also have big bags of Gameswift and I'm buying every dip. So I think it's just fair to put it out there, and whether you guys agree with me or not. So obviously, also everything I say here is not a financial advice. I just want to tell you my logic behind it and how do I see this project performing in the future and what's going to happen. So guys, if you're excited for this one, smash the like button, subscribe, and let's go. Okay, guys, so if I would have to like make it in one sentence, so imagine that IMX and Render have a baby, and when this baby is born, you basically feed it with only organic sensu beans. Then you give him to drink only the blood from his fallen enemies, infused with steroids and gamma ray, just so you can later teleport him into the future, so he learns about his past, and then
2 hours later.
trained by Master Yoda himself and using Force, you give him Polish retirement, so he has to learn survival better than Rambo. On his 18th birthday, buying him the best, top tier cybernetics from Arasaka that are utilizing Tony Stark's technology.
Few moments later.
Then you send him back, and basically, this is our game suit. This is game suit. That's it. Right, guys. First of all, we know that gaming is going to be the strongest narrative in a Web3 space, right? So, obviously, how will those players come in? We have few bets. We either have like one big successful game, but then we need the way somehow to onboard them, right? So, betting on a game is really hard. Betting on a gaming platform, however, it might be a way better bet because gaming platform will have probably the game that if it's successful will bring people, right? And gaming developers are more focused on a game. Gaming platform can be focused on everything around game, so utility for a player. And this Gameswift does the best because if you use their platform right now, you're making an account with basically one click. One click, you can sign up through Gmail, through Google, and basically you have already accounts created for you. And with that, you also have your hybrid wallet, which means that there's a custodial wallet already built inside your account. So when you're basically a Web3 normie, non-Web3 user, normie, you're starting to play any of those games and they have some Web3 elements like economy, you receive some tokens and stuff like that. You are collecting those tokens, but on their custodial wallet. And later on, when you learn about Web3 stuff, you can basically take them out. Or you can just leave them there and use them like, I don't know, you guys are using Binance or Bybit. So it doesn't matter, which is really important for the seamless experience, right? The way it works right now, it's super easy. And another thing is that they're going to have testnet very soon. Next year, I think in the first quarter of the next year, they're going to have a testnet. Then soon after, they're going to have a mainnet launch. So, and when you see the tempo that they're working, all the progress that they did since the beginning of the project, it's just extreme. It's just extreme, and for now, everything works really well. That's the first thing that makes me bullish. Okay, another super advantage of Gameswift is basically that design is black. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's go to tokenomics. Okay, guys, from the tokenomics perspective, well, Gameswift is right now on rank 691, and with market cap 31 million, basically 32 millions, and fully diluted 794 millions. So I know what you're thinking.
Who you trying to fool, Drow? Fully diluted is really big, so early investors will dump on me.
And must say, no, here's the thing. Like 44% of those tokens are locked into the community governance. So basically, this is actually a very bullish news because you, as a Gameswift staker, you can participate in voting for the future of the ecosystem. And you have a lot of treasury to distribute for the future. So this is actually really cool because it's already being built in this form of decentralized manner that I really like. There's also really cool video explaining all the tokenomics breakdown pinned in their main, main. They don't have a site profile in their Twitter profile. I will link it in the description. And of course, if you want to go into the breakdown of the tokenomics, a lot of people are usually afraid of, when the tokens are locked, like seed and private round, that those early buyers are really incentivized to sell because they have such a big bags right now and such a huge profit. And I agree, but in this case, the early moment where you're supposed to be maybe afraid is seed round. Although all those rounds, seed and private, they have a long cliff. So you see, private has 6 months of cliff. So January will be the first month, but it has 14 months of linear vesting. And if you look at a seed round, it has 18 months of linear vesting and it's after a year. So seed round is pretty big. It's 14, almost 15%. So that unlocks in July in 2024. So I think that could be the first moment that I would be maybe afraid of a dump. So still have some time, and there's a lot of really nice announcements coming into the project. Okay, guys, obviously we have also competitors in this genre. So we have IMX, we have Ultra, and this is two big ones that I see. But actually, well, both of those projects, first of all, they raised shit ton of money during the bull market, and those investors, well, they kind of dumped their money on a community in a bear. So right now they already have a big market cap. They are Immutable is on the 32nd position with 2.5 billions of dollars in its market cap, and fully diluted is 4 billion, which is just, assuming that Gameswift will reach, like, let's say, first 100 or even second 100, that there's still some way room to grow. Having right now 31 million, guys, what are we even talking about? And this is here, it's worth mentioning the features that basically sets all those platforms back in relation to Gameswift. The first feature that sets back all the other competition is that Gameswift actually has its modular blockchain, and the testnet and mainnet is upcoming at the beginning of the new year. So this is a really bullish catalyst. And here there is something actually pretty cool, because previously the team behind Gameswift, they had a very successful project on a Luna blockchain called Startera, and that was a gaming launchpad. And guys, of course, like every project collapsed, and most of the guys, most of the project never recovered, or like they just packed their bags and, oh, sorry guys, it's not our fault. They got the money out or something, and they just like disappeared, or lost interest, or of course some just bankrupt or whatever. And those guys actually rewarded all the participants that were in the Starterra project by giving them airdrop of Gameswift tokens. So guys, this is something that you really have to do this. You have to be really valuing community, and community gives back. And I see that this is being built in a way that I, as a community member, I am appreciated. So it's easy for me to also be really supportive in Gameswift. This is a really nice way of building because they didn't need to do that. And for me, that is personally, this is very important. But this is, of course, only my opinion. But I didn't see any other projects doing this. And people who actually received those tokens from Gameswift, they hold their airdrop. Till now, they are way up rather in comparison to what they had in Starterra when before it collapsed. Also, kind of funny because they are not dependent now on any other chain like themselves. Plus, this is very compatible. So all the games that are like EVM or like Solana, they can be like pinned into this modular blockchain. And this also goes with ZK EVM technology. So it's very fast, it's very scalable. And that is also, I think, technological wise, well, it's a winner right now. So, okay, we have a gaming launcher with gaming platform that already has a modular blockchain that is scalable. It's basically also compatible with almost every other chain out there, and it uses ZK-VM technology, which is very fast and very scalable. We also have Gameswift Pay, guys, and this is a really something that nobody else has this. This is another cool feature. How it's gonna work like, it's basically you're gonna have like a card and you will be able to pay with this card basically in the real time, selling your tokens from the games that you're playing, your assets like NFTs and something, to pay, for example, for dinner. So I'm taking a girl from dinner, I smash some noobs in I don't know, in Phantom Galaxies not that long ago. Boom, I can sell some tokens, immediately being converted into payment for my dinner or whatever. Okay, so teams also constantly delivering, pushing new stuff. They not that long ago, they just announced that 8 hours ago, they announced that they're introducing Crawl into their ecosystem. Other cool stuff. Layer Zero, KuCoin Labs, which probably will tell you that at some point they're gonna be listed on another top tier exchange, which is also pretty bullish catalysts. And they just keep delivering. Another thing is that they also have their own game, Star Heroes, and this is a really cool space shooter that is actually being developed by veterans from CD Projekt. It's a space shooter. Basically, I think it's coming in January, February next year. There's going to be NFT mint and the tokens. So guys, I will also link their Discord and their Twitter in the description. This is basically like space shooter, and it's pretty competitive. Also guys, another thing, Neo Tokyo. Well, CEO of Gameswift also joined Neo Tokyo recently, so another big catalyst. And here it's also worth mentioning that Ivan Ontech mentioned them, Hustle from Crypto Banter and from his own TTOO, this Things of Ours project, mentioned them, and he's also bullish. So they already have like the biggest influencers in the space talking about it. So there is just a lot of catalysts, and with new people coming, I just don't see Gameswift not being, pushing forward like crazy. Guys, regarding Gameswift Pay, this is probably the reason why this video is gonna come a little bit later, but they just announced the main utilities and the tiers and everything you can find out on the Twitter. Basically, what Gameswift Pay does is give you higher staking rewards, bonus AI yield, airdrop multiplier, discount, cashback, and more. And guys, nobody has this in Web3 space, so this is super bullish. Okay guys, and last feature, basically this is one that you can make a good offer, but you can also make an offer that is just silly to refuse, and I believe that this one is something like that. It's GS Force AI. And this, what it does is basically you as a player probably have a pretty good graphic card. You are able to sell your GPU power for AI and machine learning. So it perfectly fits the AI narrative and also allows you to get money. And 85% of revenue share is shared with contributing players, and 15% is going to Pay members. So another just crushing utility for Gameswift. And guys, this is super powerful for many countries, and I believe that this is actually going to be very profitable because it definitely will. First of all, it gives you 85% of revenue. You don't have to do anything. If you're using your gaming platform, you cannot do it on Steam. You cannot do it anywhere, but you will be able to do it on Gameswift. And 85%, I think this is a pretty goddamn decent deal. Also, guys, there's tons of countries that have cheap electricity, but even for countries that have a little bit more expensive, like here in Europe, I believe that it's still going to be pretty okay, because it's not like you're mining Bitcoin. It's not like you're mining something that has been already after a few halvings. This is a new, fresh narrative, and I think is pretty hot, and we know that those models are constantly need for new for more power, so they can develop, and more and more people trying to develop those AIs. So guys, for upcoming years, this is for sure the future, and Gameswift here just nailing it, going right with the trend. So I believe this is a big W. So yeah, guys, in short, fundamentals and fundamentals are really good. Fundamentally, they have delivered so much already, and they keep delivering, and they have so many good things coming. Utility for players, utility for developers, it's just crazy. And fundamentals like Neo Tokyo, basically every big influencer is talking about it. And you will see, guys, in the future, just more people will talk about them, because even I talk about them. Guys, what the no, okay. It's all my 263 or something followers. God bless you guys. I'm grateful for all of you. But jokes aside, they are really pushing forward. And I think that at the end of the bull run, they will end up being in a first 100 position. And guys, also regarding the price, nothing is obviously bound to go up forever. At some point there will be retracements, and if you are considering buying, I would just wait for those opportunities. At some point Bitcoin will also, shit its bed, and maybe we'll get some, good promos on some tokens cheaper. So I'm not telling you to buy in right now. Also regarding other projects like IMX, or Ultra, I really believe that the world is big enough for all those platforms to make it, and I also like those platforms. I'm using IMX as well, and I think that they're really great projects. I just think that Gameswift has, well, more to give to the players and to the table, but I really hope that all of those platforms succeed, and I think that the world is big enough for all of them to make it. So please don't think that I'm like just Gameswift and all those platforms. Not as an investor, I was holding a little bit of IMX before. Right now, I'm just like doing my bets on Gameswift, but that's just me. I also am ambassador for this project, and I also was able to be in this seed investing round. So this is something that you have to consider. But with everything I said, guys, I hope that was useful. Follow them, check out what they're building, take a look, and hopefully we see each other in Valhalla. Guys, smash the like, the subscribe if you like the content, and see you next time. Yo.